Have you heard of Q? Q is the most dastardly, awful, terrible conspiracy theory in the whole wide world. It's so bad that Twitter is going to start banning accounts that talk about it. Talk about that thing that I don't really know very much about. Twitter tweets out yesterday, this is from Twitter Safety, the Committee for Safety. You've got to watch out. You're in danger because you might read words that you don't like. We've been clear that we will take a strong enforcement action on behavior that has the potential to lead to offline harm. In line with this approach, this week we are taking further action on so-called QAnon activity across this service. QAnon. I don't know very much about QAnon. We get some questions about it sometimes, but I haven't looked into it particularly deeply. But from what I gather from the Twitter Safety tweet, this is a very dangerous conspiracy theory. Very dangerous conspiracy theory that is percolating on the right, and so they've got to shut down any account that's in any way associated with it. But I notice Twitter Safety doesn't care that much about dangerous conspiracy theories percolating on the left that lead to offline harm. For instance, there is a conspiracy theory out there held on the left by, kind of kooky people on the left that black people are the real Jews and the Jews are the fake Jews. You would have seen this conspiracy theory just in the last week because Nick Cannon very famously endorsed this theory. Louis Farrakhan, who is a hate monger, who's still on Twitter, by the way. These people have promoted this idea. Sometimes you see people on street corners talking about it, but you've seen a lot of people on Twitter talking about it. And then actually when Nick Cannon was forced to make an apology, a lot of the responses to that tweet said, come on, stand up, you had the truth, tell the truth. So that's also a conspiracy theory, by the way, that has led to violence in the real world. We know for a fact that's led to outside harm. Twitter doesn't care about that one. Here's another conspiracy theory on the left. Racist cops are systematically slaughtering black men across the country. Innocent black men. It's not happening. We went through the numbers of unarmed black men last year who were killed by police officers. And by the way, don't forget, unarmed does not mean not dangerous, does not mean that the killing was not justified. But the number is not 90,000, not 900, not 90, it's 9. 9. So that is a ridiculous conspiracy theory, and now cops are being killed because of that conspiracy theory all around the country. Twitter encouraging that, pushing it on, using the hashtag Black Lives Matter, which is used to organize those kind of violent riots by self-avowed trained Marxists. And then the third conspiracy theory that was allowed to percolate and still is, that Donald Trump, the man we've known for 40 years, is actually a Manchurian candidate, a stooge for Russia. That's the most ridiculous conspiracy theory of all. That one was pushed by the DOJ, the FBI, big tech, the mainstream media, every mainstream publication. It's still being pushed, even though we now know for a fact it didn't happen because we had a 2.5-year, multi-million-dollar investigation from Bob Mueller. Came up with zilch. What about those? I think those conspiracy theories, in particular the Russia one, have had a far greater outsized impact on the real world than some tweets about Q. Don't you think? I think so. And yet, Twitter, everybody's only targeting those right-wing conspiracies. This idea of the conspiracy theory, they always just throw it on the right. The left has many crazy conspiracy theories. They have many crazy theories in general. They think men can be women and they think babies aren't babies. But they're not treated in the same way. And even that category, that idea of going after the conspiracy theory, is a way to push cockamamie left-wing theories and suppress right-wing theories. I hope you enjoyed that short segment from the Michael Knowles Show. Be sure to check out the full episode linked in the description or download the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts.